now here at the Internet Strategy. Well, let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. The Internet Strategy is pretty much, it is the road. The Internet is nothing but a channel of communication. And when Jesus Christ was disseminating his message, he very obviously didn't have the Internet. He had to go on a donkey and ride somewhere, and then a couple of his people who were riding with him went to town and said, today whoever is speaking, and well, people came to that hill, and today we don't communicate like that anymore. We don't use any more smoke, same like the native people of this wonderful country of the United States of America have used. The Internet is the use, is what it is here for. Let me tell you, let me give you just right away so that you realize how strong it is. I am a marketing person, and if I have marketed from Africa to Switzerland to Italy to France to Austria to India, and I've marketed many, many, many businesses, many times hotels in my early days, and I'm telling you this. Yes, I do feel I know lots about marketing, and yes, I can be, if I'm not very careful, be put out overnight of my business by a 20-year-old guy coming up with yet another way on how to use the Internet to market. I just want to let you know that. Do you remember about 5-10 years ago, I think it was 10, anyway, it doesn't really matter, Bill Gates was sued for dominating, monopolizing the computer. He was sued. And a judge asked him, he says, why are you still so aggressive? You're the richest man on the planet, the richest company. It's like, why are you so aggressive? And Bill Gates answered, if I don't, a 20-year-old kid in the garage can and will put me out of business. Well, everybody laughed, except him, of course, I suppose, because he is not the richest man on the planet for nothing, so that he just can say stupid things like that to annoy people. It's the truth. And more or less it is happening as we speak. More or less Google, Apple are putting him out of business. Not mind you, Apple has been around before him or with him or whatever, but Google wasn't. Google wasn't, and no, Google is not only a search engine. Google is starting to work the, spreadsheets and all those things, and it's all online, and that's how things are going. Nobody wants to be anymore pinned to the computer. I just looked for a long time to look for an email program where I can go into any computer anywhere which isn't linked to my computer in any shape and form, and yet does all the things I wanted to do. So, my point, ladies and gentlemen, is this. If you do not involve in the Internet with both feet and both hands and your head and stamp on it and run and go to every goddamn Internet seminar there is, you too will be out of business. And that's a guarantee. And the Internet has a lot of advantages, and for the ones who don't do it, now, it has a disadvantage, and let me tell you what that disadvantage is. Google, for instance, who is not the Internet, who is just a very heavy driving force on the Internet, has a time thing in it. So, any business going on it and being very active before you gets more credit than you. That's actually nothing new on this planet. If you have more credit because you borrowed more money, you get money easier. If you have more work experience, you get jobs easier. So you better get on it. Now let me tell you, on this website, on this, this video is not all about telling you what it is. This is just telling you the importance of the Internet. You'll find on there how to do it. But I'm telling you this, the quantity is so super important, it isn't even real. You please, when you engage in this Internet game, and I have some numbers on there, such as that you must have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and more 1,000 videos on the Internet in cyberspace floating around. Yes, I just said 4, 5, 6,000 videos. That's what I said. Now, that doesn't mean you made 6,000 videos. Doesn't mean that. This one video you're just now seeing shooting, I probably will put it up hundreds of times on hundreds of different channels. Are you, kind of just, following me? So, anybody in the future coming around and saying a gorgeous website, let me tell you, a gorgeous website is about as useless as God. I mean, it's just useless. People do not associate a gorgeous website with professionalism. Do you actually think that we, the people, are stupid? That we think that because a website is gorgeous and has high tech on it, that we think that that guy knows how to do a good root canal and is honest? Unbelievable! No, of course not. Also, a lot of data on the website. Not good, because people need to click a lots of buttons. Zoom, 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 left, right. They need to drill in till they find the information. Even I, 57 years old, and really not born with the internet, only lately getting into it. Even I get rather fast annoyed these days if I have to click a few buttons. So imagine the kids who are 30 years old now, 30, 35, because they grew up with the internet. And by the way, it's the 30, 35 years old kids who are not so kids anymore, who make money, who need the service for themselves, and very importantly, please, they look for services for their parents and their grandparents. Their parents being 80, their parents being 57 and above, and the grandparents being 77 and above. It's those people who look for those people's services. So even if the 80-some don't look for it, it's the 40 and 50 years old kids and 30 years old kids and grandkids or whatever it is who look for it. Ladies and gentlemen, the internet is growing so fast. Yellow Page is going out of business in your lifetime, except if you're already 60 and more, 70. The newspapers, the television channels. Do you right now know that there is more people watching videos on the internet than there is people watching all the network channels together? Absolutely. Which should show you, and website, on this whole website I have here, you'll realize that we put a lot of attention on video because Google wants video. Why does Google want video? Because the public wants video. Google makes billions of dollars because they give the public what they want. And I just said the most important sales and marketing message God has ever invented. And Zig Ziglar was one of the first one, I think, who voiced it. Give the people what they want. Reporting, any reporting, from Channel 2 to the Los Angeles Times, New York Times, is all about them writing about what people want. The movie business. If a certain type of movie, like Ice Age, some type of cartoon movie, all of a sudden makes it very big, lots of cartoon movies comes out. If another fighting movie makes it very big, lots of fighting movies come out. Very simple, ladies and gentlemen. Do not oversee the internet. There is I think it is the CEO or some high-level person at H&R Block who has said this. There's ROI, return of investment. And he has coined another word, ROI, risk of ignoring. If you take the risk of ignoring the internet, I am telling you, if you're another 5, 10 and more years in business, you'll be toast. It's that simple. Go for it. I give you everything on that side.